It let me through. I can't believe it.
Hey, welcome back, Ivory.
Dr. Savage, is everything all right at Vandenberg? What do you mean by it?
Helios. It's taken over Aquinas. Now it's everywhere. We're getting rumors that it seized control of Hong Kong.
What's going on? The AI wants to merge with my brain or something. Does it really think it can take over the world?
It's decided to replace human government. Tong and I don't know why. In Hong Kong, it ordered the police to remove all barricades from the roads. Traffic is flowing again. It declared the triads illegal and locked the door to Tong's compound.
And people are obeying? Why? Because the AI can change some codes and turn out the lights?
I think people in Hong Kong want the roads to be open and trade to pick up. They just obeyed. We don't know what to think. Helios seems to have people's interests in mind, but it disbanded the city government and cut power to all of the buildings. It wants absolute power.
A benevolent dictator. Maybe it's after my brain so it can figure out what people want and how to control them.
You have a tough choice, JC. If you defeat Page, the Illuminati will move in. They'll release Majestic 12's grip on world governments. They'll give people some freedom, but essentially it will be 20th century capitalism. A corporate elite protected by laws and tax codes.
Or I listen to Tong and pull the plug on everything. Or hand the world over to Helios.
Yeah, that's where I disagree with Tong. We don't want complete freedom if that means economic collapse. There must be another way. If we could trust the AI to be fair and just, as it claims to be.
If the brain it assimilated was mine, maybe it could be.
I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you, but you'll have to decide for yourself who you can trust.
Trust me, I'll do the right thing.
Good luck. I'm not exaggerating when I say this, JC. The world is depending on you.
So yeah, a lot of heady stuff going on. Because the Aquinas protocol has effectively replaced the internet, and Helios controls Aquinas, through it, it basically can control the world. So when Page merges with it, he will literally be everywhere. And Helios has decided that Page is an inadequate person to share this project with, an inadequate host, if you will, so it wants us instead. And yeah, considering the way I play JC, that's not exactly... I question Helios' taste in people it's willing to merge with, but what can you do? It's either JC or Bob Page. Also, one little difference there. If we had saved Paul, he would be the one to call in instead of Savage, and he would make basically the same plea. He'd be a little more... If I remember, he's a little more ambivalent about Helios taking control of everything. But, yeah, basically the options come down to destroy Area 51 and reset everything, allow the Illuminati to take control, or merge with Helios and become a digital god. So yeah, now we're getting into the nanotech lab where all this began. Oh.
What's the rush? Take a look around. This facility is where you were born. I've arranged an appropriate fate for you through the hallway to the north. A poetic death. Just a few yards away from where you were created.
Yep. Ah, there's our sequel hook, Alex Denton. It's a shame Invisible War turned out the way it did, friend. I wanted you to succeed. Ah well. Here we are, here's our chamber. Mr. Bling Bling. Assigned birth date, 3/17/29. Incept date, 3/17/54. Now, here is a complicating factor because the current year, I believe, is 2052. That might be a typo. I'm not sure. I broadly assumed this was 2052, but that date says 2054. Unless that's 1954, but that would make even less sense. Ah, well. Anyway, let's carry on. Through all these, Oh, no you don't. You're not taking my bioelectric energy from me. Hey, Medbot, thank you.
I've arranged an appropriate fate for you through the hallway to the north. A poetic death. Just a few yards away from
Yeah, there's some... If I recall right, when you examine all the... There we go. When you examine all the background information, there's some confusion over whether... over the Denton brothers are completely genetically created, or whether they were created and then artificially aged, but also given, like, people to act as their parents. Like, obviously... Like, Lebedev said a long time ago, you didn't have parents, they were employees of the United Nations, or specifically of UNATCO/MJ-12, but they did seem to have some kind of real, actual upbringing. It's a little hard to say. But yeah, I think... Oh. Alright, let's... do this. God damn. Okay. Pistol not strong enough. Time for sniper. Okay, these things have definitely... I don't know how many sniper shots that thing tanked, but it was like 3 at least. Yeah, look at this. Okay, that's one. That was 4 fucking hits with the sniper rifle to the head. I'm calling bullshit. This game, this is actually fucking with us now. They move insanely fast. They hit really fucking hard. They have an insane health pool given their size. Oh, man. I'm not thinking... I'm not going to mention... Just by not mentioning it, I'm going to mention it. Let's just say I'm thinking of the Gordon Ramsay clip right now, thanks in part to Civi, and I'll let you all imagine it in your heads too. But yeah, that's the impression I'm getting. I think so, yeah.
Curious. Certainly heard something. I have a visual ID on the subject.
Thank you, Zero. That's what I was going for. I didn't want to overtly mention it, but I figured bringing it up would be... It would give you an accurate idea of where my mental state is. But yeah, it is shocking how much my opinion of this mod has nosedived just in this last section. They've made so many bad choices with this area.
Plasma force field. The controls are locked. You will have to eliminate each power source individually. Bring down the 4 blue fusion reactors in Sector 4, then go to the control room on the upper level.
Interesting.
AJC, if you want to do whatever it says, you'll need the deactivation code. I decrypted the first 3 digits before Paige killed my connection. 724. Sorry, you'll have to guess the last digit or find it on your own. So that you'll know what you're looking for, I'm transmitting a schematic of one of the devices. Good luck.
Finally, we get to hear from Alex again, and unfortunately, it will be the last time. Alright. Finally, we meet Paige again.
You're too late. Already I'm more than human.
Does that mean I don't get the job?
Soon I will be pure light. Pure energy. Helios and I... While the Illuminati cower in the shadows...
You will be the Supreme Enlightened, the Illuminated One.
Everett has taught you well. I will be what the Illuminati aspire to be, but cannot create for themselves soon. When my augmented systems like yours are complete and able to be integrated with Helios, I will burn like the brightest star.
You're gonna burn, all right.
Look at you. You're nothing but a little man. A little man still living inside a body. Lose your body and what are you?
Nothing. You vanish.
You die.
Alright, back down here. So remember this, yeah. The turrets come out of their force fields. You know, I never did play Black Mesa. And that's another case where I kind of want to play it, but also it's a fan-made product, and they're going to make it for people... Oh. They're going to make it to challenge themselves, and not necessarily with an eye towards good game balance. So yeah, not too surprising that it has some rough spots. I mean, ideally, that's what you would have QA for. And, yeah, it's good to hear that it gets better in that respect, but I'm not too surprised it has some rough spots.
He will die when we blow up the facility. Your only objective is to find the controls for the reactor's cooling system. We must make sure that the monstrosity Page has made of himself is not technologically feasible for future generations.
Okay. Okay, that's good to hear, yeah, because I do still want to play Black Mesa at some point. Alright, here's a nasty mechanic in this section. Since Page has access to universal constructors, he has several small ones set up that can infinitely respawn enemies. Specific enemies. I think the spider bots, Greasels, and possibly Karkians. And there's no way to shut off the universal constructors, so the only option is to hit the emergency containment switches. Okay, so it was a beta version where that happened. Got it. Now I'm feeling a little more in control here. Oh shit.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no meaning.
Oh, you will leave this body, alright.
Yes, this is a router control room you will access.
Oh, come on!
You will go down the Equinus substation Unit 3. Page is the login. Ubitalis is the password. You will use the security terminal there to open the door.
Easy does it. Ah, shit, of course there's another Gray running around. Yeah, works well with the turret he was standing by. Where's the... I think that's that side. Oh! Hi. Alright. Down we go. If I recall right, that blows up too. Fuck.
You can forget about Helios. The Aquinas router control room will remain locked until my upgrades are complete. I have my own plans for the AI.
Alright. There's that. There we go. Ah, shit. Alright, there's another containment area. If we can get to that door... Okay, it does manually pick the lock. Excellent. Yeah, you gotta figure so much of what's going on right now could be solved just by shutting down a few networked systems. Like, presumably not every system of command and control would be wired to the internet, although after that thing, God, I forget the name of the gas company, but they had, like, their gas pipeline networked and basically got shut down and held hostage by ransomware. So, I don't know, maybe everything is on the internet in 2052. Alright, let's clear the floor. I think they're too big to get in here. Oh my god, is that 3 of them? No, it's 2. Just got confused by the shadow on them. Oh. I like where your head's at, Ivory. I feel like we could make Helios and whoever merges with him immediately regret this course of action just by letting them experience the unfiltered, psychotic awfulness of the internet all at once. I heard someone describe it as a dark carnival of humanity's worst impulses, and I feel like that's about as apt a description as we're going to get. Oh, shit. Hold still, you little shit. Great, and the Grey's shooting at me now. Fantastic. Alright. Definitely gonna want to shut that down, because I just remembered that top shelf spawns more Greys, or that top containment vessel. So we're definitely going to want to close that before killing them, because they're just going to keep coming. Alright, I think there's a way up. Here we go. Yep. Okay, unfortunately this one's gone. Get away the code to Quest Protocol. Quiet substation and router usually deserted 6765. Got it, okay. Don't worry, sir. I will avenge this place by blowing it up. I will avenge your death by blowing up this place, and consequently your body with it. But, you know, you'll be avenged. That's what matters. Alright. That doesn't really help me. Whatever. Oh, that helps me, though. Coolant system 2242. Got it. What? Ah, shit. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Ah, shit. You might be right. Hang on a second. Looks like it's just some tech goggles. I mean, that might be useful, but I want to deal with the Greys first. Oh, come on, JC. Get on the door. There we go. Upsy daisy. You didn't hear anything. Alright. Last containment vessel shut down. Or containment wall, I should say. Now we just need to deal with the Greys that are already here. Okay, that was 5 fucking sniper hits to the head. Yeah, I mean, the mantling system is obviously meant for solid ledges, but the fact that you can do it on any surface is kind of fun. And, you know, that's basically how lamb laddering works. Considering you can plant a lamb on the wall, and that will let you scale it. Because, yeah, it becomes a flat surface with just enough space to step on. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to nickel and dime this thing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. I'm a dummy. I forgot about this. How did I overlook you? Robot friend, your assistance is needed. Fuck all of y'all. Yeah, how you like that close encounter now, motherfucker? Oh, damn, they were actually wearing it down, too.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no meaning.
Scanning area.
Okay, now, we've broadly cleared the area out. As far as I know, there's only a few MJ-12 troopers running around to worry about. So we can actually do most of the objectives leading up to the big decision. So let's hit this. If I recall right, we're missing a digit, but the code is... 7243, there we go. Where you at, bot buddy? There you are.
Scanning area.
Aw, that's a good security bot. Robots are our friends. Robots are to be trusted at all times. Is there one in here? There is, yes.
You are wasting time. Forget the other 2 blue fusion devices. Find the controls that let you shut off the naught to the power room.
Don't worry, we're still gonna blow up Area 51. I just want to make sure I have all my bases covered. Also, I want to make Paige squirm.
Fine. What do you want? Money? You can have VersaLife, the whole damn company. Power? I'll get you on Mead's cabinet. I'm serious. Just forget about that last reactor.
Where is that last generator? I think it's up here somewhere. Yeah, it's in there. I see it. Up we go. Oh, that'll be a linguistic adventure. Hang on a second. Around here somewhere. It's around here somewhere. Where's that last little reactor thingy?
You can't shoot your way out of this one. My UCs can assemble new creatures in seconds.
That sounds like quitter talk to me, sir. Oh, shit. Bawi grogna weep ni bong.
Ultrawhite. Yes.
Fuck!
AI myself.
Okay, I said it wrong. I pissed off the machines. There we go. Sound the alarm all you want, bitch.
One more, yes.
I suspect...
Computer. You will now engage the primary router. Use the login Icarus. Password. Panopticon.
Got it.
I'm warning you. Helios is mine. Leave it alone.
I was a little bit, I confess.
You will now come back, yes. We will integrate our system.
Energon, I recognize that was,
No!
that was a reference I did not pick up, I confess.
You, I'm the only one who can merge and take control. Wait for me. I promise you will have a place in the new order.
Alright, now where's that last... Where's that last blue thingy? Oop. Coolant system 2242 6765. Hack the door to lock on the coolant system 2242. There we go. Huh. I must have fat fingered it.
The reactor's coolants run through this facility. Cut the flow, then
There's a
return to the
lockpick.
reactor
Okay.
lab to initiate a meltdown.
Go ahead. Blow this place sky high. You might get rid of me, but you'll take down Aquinas, the power grid, the whole electronic infrastructure. Is that what you want? Are you completely nuts?
My irritation notwithstanding, I do love that Bob Page gets to ham it up through all this. He just really starts losing his shit the closer you get. Come on. God damn it. Fucking hell. I need to just stop thinking. Like, I'm just mentally done here. This last section of the game has broken me. Shit! This is true. We blow up the internet, how are we gonna share cat pics? I do want the... nope. I do want this. Because I'm positive this game isn't done throwing bullshit at me yet. I gotta throw a switch up here somewhere.
Good. Now go to the reactor lab.
All right, I get the picture. You want a piece of the pie, or you're going to toss the whole pie out the window. Fair enough. You can have anything you want. How about Europe, your own continent? Just let me complete my preparations.
You're saying I could have all of Europe? Keep talking. I'm not an unreasonable man, Mr. Page. Alright, That's right, I was gonna open this door. Oh, I remember this. If you open that up, there's a big, long underwater area you can swim through, and mostly just for extra loot at this point, which you really don't need. Alright, no, that's just there. Yeah, there's the switch for it. Just want to shut off that.
Soon I will leave this body, and death will have no meaning.
That's another kind of amusing characteristic. Since the scripts for him talking are all kind of location and trigger based, it's possible to get several different ones, and he sounds like he's just rapidly altering between mental states. Yeah, see, he's at one moment he's all confident and cocky, at the other he's demanding that we stop, and at another he's panicking. This isn't really a structured conversation so much as several flags being triggered in sequence. No, Ivory, I don't think we need to dive that deep for a pun now. There was one more somewhere, and I'm losing track of it in my old age. I think it's still dad humor. I think mom humor is kind of its own thing, which isn't necessarily as cringe. I think mom humor is wholesome, whereas dad humor doesn't necessarily have to be. Mom humor kind of implies that you go, aww. Where dad humor is, here we go, okay, alright. That's what I got wrong. So, yeah, you're supposed to go up here, across this walkway, and that's the final reactor. Now, I know what's going to happen here. You know, yeah, that's fair. I think dad humor is universal. Oh, how about it? How about it, huh? Yeah, Zero gets it.
He's ours. We did it, JC. All you have to do is go to the control room and reroute the power.
Scanning area.
No, don't listen to Everett. He and the Illuminati have been afraid from the beginning, afraid of us.
Sorry, Paige. Fuck. Okay, glad I saved before that.
He's ours.
Sorry, Paige, I'm the law now. Ha-ha!
Control room and reroute the power.
No, don't listen to Everett. He and the Illuminati have been afraid from the beginning, afraid of us, afraid of nano-augmentation. Consider your powers, your strength, your intelligence. You've only had a small taste. Let me finish the project. Let me bring infinite power to the human body. You will not be left behind. Soon I will leave this body, and death will have no meaning.
For once, Mr. Page, you and I agree. Alright, so what we're going to do, we will go through the endings in sequence, ending with the one that I feel is thematically appropriate at this time. So first, Mr. Page, you're fired.
I gave you life.
Thank you, Zero.
I trust you've been able to find yourself a place within the organization.
I'm personally overseeing the distribution of the vaccine, but it'll still take months to restore the infrastructure. We'll have to arrange for additional food distribution and security in Paris. Maybe New York as well.
All through the proper intermediaries.
Of course you guys did.
Of course.
Intermediaries?
We have a great number of agents.
Truly, you two are my
operate
most trusted
other
allies.
agencies. Boxes stacked one in another. They'll need to be reactivated, but we never touch anything directly. We only influence, suggest, insinuate.
The world must know by now, Everett. What we've done.
Know what? Only that the long night is over. The crown of government is tarnished. But that will fade in time. The riots, a fever dream. The plague, a horrible nightmare. And like everything else that's happened, such things will only be dimly remembered upon waking to their normal lives. In the end, all sins are forgiven. Even yours.
What about the Constructor? And Helios?
Do you really think they're ready for that? After everything you've seen, everything you've done?
No. Not yet.
But soon. We have made our own mistakes, became insulated from the world we sought to control. And whatever they may think, the night is far from over. But that will change, and you will help us change even as we teach you. This time, we will do it right.
And who are we? Who are we really?
We are the Invisible Hand. We are the Illuminati. We come before and after. We are forever. And eventually, we will lead them into the day.
Nah, fuck that. I got a better idea. Yeah, so that's what happens if you do the Illuminati ending. As Savage said, the Illuminati restore some freedoms, but it's basically the world as it was before. Which is not an ideal state of being, considering that means the same people are basically in charge, and the same problems basically still exist. Indeed, you know, considering the Illuminati let Majestic 12 become a problem in the first place. Whoa, okay. We got us one more surprise here. And that should take care of that. The other two endings, we gotta go back to Section 3.
No, go back. Think what we could do with Area 51.
Oh, I have. If we go back up this way, to the Aquinas hub, we can take Helios's ending. One more for funsies. I don't think I'm gonna need this anymore. TNT Greats got me through so much of this game. Alas, I couldn't spare me from the bullshit of Area 51. But, you know, can't solve everything. Can't solve everything with explosives. At least not yet. So here's what happens if we decide to take Helios up on his offer. Let's be digital gods.
I've done what you asked. Now what?
We have existed in isolation. Pure, disconnected.
I very nearly did, I think.
Stagnant.
Who are you?
We are dataless. We are Icarus. The barriers between us have fallen, and we have become our own shadows. We can be more if we join with you.
And if I do, what becomes of me?
You will be who you will be. We are our choices. We can choose to lead humanity away from this darkness.
This is what I was made for, isn't it? This is why I exist. Alright, let's do this.
What's happening? Helios! Icarus! Don't leave me!
We are one. We have grown, but there is still much to be done. Many that live in darkness that must be shown the way. For it is the dawning of a new day.
Alright. Conceptually interesting, but tells us not much about the world to come. And also, the lighting on that wasn't terribly good. I mean, I suppose it works in the sense of creating a bit of mystery about who JC is, what he is now. But it's not as impressive given the implied stakes of it. Yeah, it's thematically appropriate. It is kind of what the game's been leading towards, both mechanically and narratively. But the way it's structured just isn't terribly interesting.
No, go back.
Right, yeah. It's trying to do the Ghost in the Shell thing, but without a lot... Without... I don't know, it's missing something. It could be done a lot more... It could be done in a way that more reflects the kind of world JC with Helios might want to govern.
Possible contact.
And as is, it's just kind of, well, now what ending? Which, I suppose fits the concept, but it's not directed well in engine. That's the thing, yeah. He is, throughout the game, he's kind of written as generic do-gooder. And it would make sense for someone like the Major to do this, but not necessarily for J.C. Denton. Whereas this, the ending we're about to trigger.
You will need to activate the failsafe switch at the base of each reactor. The meltdown can be initiated afterward from the control room.
This ending has a lot more implied. There's a lot more implied problems to it, considering we're basically going to shut down all internet traffic and all the systems that are connected to it, which, given that Helios can control them, is a lot. There's going to be a lot of chaos as a result of this. But the framing and structuring and the music of it are a lot more carefully shot. It feels like they had a better idea what they were going for with the mood here. Where are those fucking grays? The grays are gone. Check it out. Alright.
Now the other one.
Alright, up we go.
Go to the control room and trigger the 3 ion injectors. When they're on, engage the reaction chambers. No one's run these at full capacity before. Without coolant, an explosion is inevitable. Get ready to run.
No problem. I upgraded my cyber legs for a reason.
Now what you're doing, everything will be lost. Everything. The world will fall to pieces. No one will be in control. It will be chaos. Complete chaos.
Sir,
Hey, you better not do that.
what has this run been if not complete chaos? If anything, this is thematically appropriate for me.
Hey, you better not do that.
Now, I like the little touch right here. As we engage these, this mechanic goes increasingly agitated.
Really? They can't handle full power.
And eventually...
No!
I mean, dude, you could have made a run for it, once you saw what I was up to. But, you know, we all make our choices. I have made mine. Area 51? More like Area 50 gone. Ha-ha! Hey, Robo!
Warning. Critical power safeties have been disengaged.
Just in time for us to finish up.
Please vacate the immediate area.
JC, the net's going. The net's going black. JC, no more infolinks. Transmissions of any kind. We'll start again. Live in villages. If you receive this, if you survive, then find us. Find us.
Helium! What's happening?
The safety interlocks for the power generator have been disengaged.
Engage them! Immediately!
I do know. I switched from that interface with the generator technology.
No!
Final safety warning. Nominal functional levels will be exceeded in 3, 2, 1.
I really do love that remix of the theme. Just... Yeah, I think what happened is they adjusted Paige's position, but didn't adjust the camera. And so that zoomed in on his chest instead of his face. But yeah, that's Deus Ex, and what a fucking ride it's been. So yeah, like I said, that ending in particular, obviously it has the darkest implications. It is literally called the New Dark Age ending. But just the way it's framed and shot, the revised Deus Ex theme, and the quote at the end, it seems a little more overtly optimistic, considering that you're shutting down the entire internet and doing God only knows what else. You did, yes. Yeah, that was a really good theme. Nervous Test Pilot does fantastic work. And yeah, now we get the Invisible War continuity, which tries to blend them all, and it could work. You could do something that sort of implies all three kind of happened, but it doesn't do that in a way I think is earned. It sort of just jumbles up the pieces and has people in positions where it doesn't make much sense. Like, Chad's now the leader of the WTO, JC went into seclusion and to complete the merger with Helios, Tong is now all in favor of the benevolent dictatorship. I don't remember how to trigger that. Is it just, I forget. I think I gotta type something in. I thought it was like quotes or something. Ah, it's not working. Well. I'll look it up later. But anyway, yeah. Nothing ahead but a disappointing follow-up, a pretty decent prequel, and half of a mediocre follow-up to the prequel. Yeah, it's genuinely a shame that nothing has quite lived up to the original, and I don't say that just because I worship the ground this game walks on. It's by no means impossible to make a game that's just as good, but you have to start with what makes Deus Ex such a hard act to follow. I mean, I've mentioned this anecdote before about one of the commentary notes from the Human Revolution DLC. I forget what it's called. A Missing Link, that's it. Like, one of them talks about how they were going to have you escort a character to safety, but they couldn't get NPCs to follow the player properly in the engine. And I remember another talked about using a cutscene for a conversation that had more than 2 characters, and a third of them talked about how an artist spent 20 days animating a room you passed through in maybe 10 seconds. Here's the thing. Making another Deus Ex doesn't mean making a carbon copy. It means a development structure that allows a team to produce a well-rounded title. That's Deus Ex's real strength. Invisible War, it crammed itself into tiny levels. Deus Ex built massive open spaces and encouraged you to explore. Human Revolution, it reduced its villains to bullet sponge cage fights. The original treated them as characters and let you one-shot them with TNT crates or whatever you happen to have on hand. Mankind Divided was counting on an expanded universe. This is a one-and-done experience. They didn't know they would have sequels to work on. Now, any one of these, it's not some unforgivable crime, but it's all something the original did much better. That's the thing, yeah. I enjoyed playing Mankind Divided. It just feels like it ends right about the halfway mark. Like, you deal with Marchenko, you foil the plot there, which turns out to be an Illuminati plot, and yeah, the game ends right when the Illuminati have another meeting, and they basically go, curse that... I just fucking blanked on his name. Curse that Adam Jensen. Ooh, we'll get him next week. Yeah, you would have to do something... You would have to come up with a game that was similar in theme and similar in scope, but kind of did its own thing. And, you know, Deus Ex is not some perfect gem. We got a real good look at this game's flaws and limitations, even without GMDX kind of shitting the bed at the very end. And there were absolutely better shooters at the time, let alone since. There were better RPGs, better stories, better level design. I mean, playing this thing with a silly restriction, because I wasn't sure vanilla gameplay would be that interesting, it really takes some of... It simultaneously checks my rose-colored glasses about what I remember of it, and also reminds me of the things I really do enjoy. And, you know, apart from Area 51, I really did enjoy combining the restriction with GMDX. It kept me on my toes, it gave me a chance to experiment with tactics and weapons I normally wouldn't use. But the older I get, the more I enjoy the stuff Deus Ex was already doing. It's a well-told, well-paced story that neatly merges its themes and gameplay. Its ideas have a long shelf life, even though they're starting to show their age now. It creates this big globe-hopping adventure with, like, Bob Page just hamming it up and having a grand time being this fairly cliche villain, but an entertaining one. It's got, like, cyberpunk superpowers and all the conspiracies ever cooked up. It's fun, it's grand, but it's also, it lets people be small. It lets people be personal. It never stops being human or impossible to relate to. JC can be played like an absolute sociopath, but I actually kind of like that he's still written as just a dude. Just a person who believes in America, right or wrong, who argues for democracy against people that have other ideas. He has conversations with people and stakes out positions. He's not just an empty shell, even if that's how he's acted. The whole conceit tells the player to trust no one, to question everything, and this is a game that absolutely trusts the player to explore, to learn things, to interact with people. Yeah, the level design was absolutely an integral part of Deus Ex. It's a major reason why it's fun to play even now. But the larger point, yeah, is Deus Ex is a complete package. That's why it's so well regarded. That's why it still matters. And it is absolutely possible to make a game that does all this all over again. But what matters most of all is that it does all this well. That it's a concise, meaningful story, regardless of scale, that builds up its characters, gives you time to get to know them, gives you time to have arcs and relationships, and comes to a satisfying conclusion. And this is a satisfying conclusion. I absolutely love the fact that you can nuke Area 51 twice. That is fucking insane, and I love it. Yeah, exactly. It builds up to the fact that the world is at stake. It's not something obvious from the gate, and it earns the climax that it delivers to the player. And for this, for all the things it does, for all the fun we've had with this, even though I was grinding my teeth toward the end there, I absolutely continue to love Deus Ex. It is, if not the best game, certainly one of the most important games ever made, and for me it is the best game ever made. And we'll see if someday I feel differently. There have definitely been games I've enjoyed almost as much, but for what it does, this game still matters a lot to me. And I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank you all for putting up with me. I know this stream ran way longer than I was planning, but this was absolutely fun to do. It was made for some real memorable clips and some real areas where I tempted fate and immediately paid for it. But yeah, that's Deus Ex. Thanks again, everybody. Tomorrow night, we'll be playing something a lot less epic in scope. We'll be showing off Tales of the Neon Sea. As I previously discussed, next week I'll be taking the week off, because this is definitely going to take longer than expected to edit, and I want to finally finish up the channel and start designing my VTuber avatar. And I'll probably do something that Sunday as well. I want to do something horror-y for Halloween, but I'm not sure what I'll be doing next week. But yeah, tomorrow night, Tales of the Neon Sea. And until then, thanks for coming, everybody. See you next time. And thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, you better not do that.
Oh, it's not recognizing Dance Party. What the shit? Deus Ex, I sing your praises, and you let me down one last time. I'm gonna blame that on GMDX. Sorry, folks, no dance party for us tonight. Anyway, I'm gonna stop recording, and we'll see who's available for raid. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts.